What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Thursday, September 21st, 2023, and I have some breaking news to share with you guys. Right now, it is 11:27 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and we currently have another presidential Doomsday plane in the air, and it looks like it's about to land in D.C., but it was flying over Missouri for several hours this evening. And this is the second presidential doomsday plane to be up in the air today. And we also had over 30 emergency action messages today, which is a massive amount. On average, they usually send out about 15 or so emergency action messages per day, and we had like 36 of them today. And last night there were also a lot. So I don't know what's going on, but two doomsday planes and 36 emergency action messages in one day is definitely unusual. And an emergency action message is what's known as a nuclear attack option. So these are messages that are broadcasted from the Pentagon to our submerged nuclear armed submarines, basically giving them targeting information. Okay. So anytime there's some kind of big event about to take place, you'll usually see a large uptick in these emergency action messages. And we do have the UN General Assembly winding down, and Zelensky was in Washington, D.C., meeting with Biden today and with members of Congress. Now, what's interesting is it looks like uh, the Polish president and the Polish cabinet was in a rush to leave the UN General Assembly because they were probably the first foreign planes to leave New York. And so here we have the Polish president's doomsday plane in the air, and also a doomsday plane for the Polish cabinet. And they're currently flying over Iceland and the UK. So this is very interesting for Poland to just suddenly leave so quickly before everybody else. But second doomsday plane in the air today, guys. Okay. And we're getting some breaking news coming in that Ukraine is not going to be getting the ATACMS missiles in this latest aid package that Biden is going to be officially announcing, I think, tomorrow. And the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, made a comment about Poland while he was meeting with Biden. A journalist asked him about the situation between Ukraine and Poland. For those of you guys who don't know, Poland banned the import of Ukrainian grain because Polish farmers were losing a lot of money. And so Poland banned the import of Ukrainian grain. They're still allowing the transit of Ukrainian grain through their country to Western Europe, but Poland themselves will not be importing it anymore. And so this caused a bit of tension between Poland and Ukraine, with Zelensky saying that Poland was helping Russia, and then the Polish president saying that Ukraine is like a drowning person clinging on for help from everybody. So some strong words from both sides. But Zelensky said something positive. He said, "I am grateful to the Polish people and Polish society." That's what he said. Okay. We also have some breaking news coming from Armenia. So, if you remember, I reported the other day on the Russian soldiers that were killed in Armenia by Azerbaijani soldiers. And what's interesting is now some details are emerging, and there were some pictures of this armored vehicle that was attacked or ambushed by the Azerbaijani troops. And what's interesting is that the vehicle had a label on it that clearly said, peacekeepers, like Russian peacekeepers, because they had Russian peacekeepers there. Um, so the Azerbaijani forces would have seen that label. It's like if you have a UN label on a Humvee, you're going to know that that's UN, right? So it makes me wonder if the Azerbaijani forces just attacked them regardless, knowing that these were peacekeepers. And I'm even wondering if they purposely targeted this particular convoy, because we're finding out now that two Russian colonels, one lieutenant colonel, and the deputy commander of Russia's northern submarine fleet, Captain First Rank Ivan Kovgin, okay, was killed, in addition to the lieutenant colonel and two colonels. So it's almost like they knew that these uh, VIPs were in this vehicle, and they ambushed it. Deputy commander of Russia's North Submarine Fleet. I mean, that's huge. Okay, 2/3 of Russia's nuclear armed submarines are in the Northern Fleet, and the Azerbaijani forces took out the deputy commander, a captain. Okay, so they must have known that he was in that vehicle, and they maybe targeted it on purpose. I don't know. But here we have a sub Hunter plane that's been active all evening off the coast of Poland and Kaliningrad. Okay, this is the Russian exclave sandwiched between Lithuania and Poland. And you can see it's just doing crazy loop patterns here right off the coast of Kaliningrad. And for the last like 3 weeks or so, NATO's been sending these sub Hunters basically twice a day in this area. Okay. And we also have an RQ-4 Global Hawk patrolling the Black Sea right now. And wanted to just read to you some emails from my subscribers with regards to military movements across the U.S. So this is coming from someone who lives in the San Diego, California area, near Montgomery Gibbs Executive Airport. I live several miles from this civilian airport and under the flight paths of these civilian planes here in San Diego. This morning and today, 9/21/23, as recently as 1:11 p.m., F-18 fighter jets have been flying in low altitude in the usual flight paths of the civilian ones, heading towards this civilian airport. Okay, so very, very interesting. And also, several people emailed me about unusual military aviation activity in Kentucky today. Okay, and what's interesting about that is that the B-52 that was in the air today flew over Kentucky. So I don't know if it was related to that. We also had some F-16s flying over the St. Louis area. Okay, very interesting. We have some major breaking news that apparently Ukraine has penetrated Russia's final line of defense in southern Ukraine. And this happened in the village of Verbove. Okay, and this is in that pocket that Ukraine has formed in the front line, a pretty serious pocket here. Okay, and so apparently Ukraine has penetrated Russia's final defense line. All right, and this is just an initial penetration. It doesn't mean that they're going to suddenly blitzkrieg now, but they reached that line and they were able to break through it. Okay, we'll have to wait and see, what happens, going forward, but that's pretty significant. And we also have some breaking news coming out of Idaho. Here's a picture of some smoke or steam coming from Idaho National Labs. Okay, now Idaho National Labs is in Idaho Falls. They have a test reactor there, and they do experimental nuclear energy. They test various types of advanced nuclear energy. And this is very interesting. I'm not sure what to make of this, There's been a lot of speculation. I'm not going to speculate because I don't know what this is, but I wanted to just share this with you guys. And Idaho National Labs is a primary nuclear war target. Okay, Russia would definitely hit Idaho National Labs with some surface bursted warheads because of the advanced nuclear research that goes on there. So if you live anywhere within 100 miles of Idaho National Labs, you need to make sure you have a good fallout shelter. And we also have a tropical storm that's about to make landfall over the Carolinas. And here we have the latest forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center. And you can see there's tropical storm warnings in effect for all of North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, coastal Virginia, coastal Maryland, and even up to Delaware. Okay. So huge area here that's going to be affected by, several inches of rain, tropical storm force winds, beach erosion, and some storm surge. Okay, so we'll have to keep an eye on this one and see what happens here. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'll keep you updated. I will be doing another update tomorrow. Sorry for the late update. I was so sleepy, I just fell asleep in the evening time. So, but I wanted to just get this information out to you. So I'll keep you guys updated. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.